Universe is a world-class franchise.
Even in the earliest of days, when I read through what they already had, it's like you could feel the potential.
And I looked over and I saw just like the landing page of the Universe. Like, that's really cool. And what is that? And I saw Universe, never heard of this before. So like, of course, like I Google it and I start like figuring out what it is. I'm reading up on it. I'm like, oh wow, this is actually a really cool idea.
Oh, it's cool. It's both expansive and kind of all-encompassing. What you kind of want from a world or a property is a story space that makes sense. And it doesn't have to go granular and explain how everything works on this planet, how everything works on that planet.
It oftentimes starts with like a big bang. You have this idea that kind of goes off in your head.
He was just kind of filling me in on what the Universe is. And he made this like really random comment about a brave traveler. And I was like, who's the brave traveler? What's that?
His name is Malcolm.
That, like, to me, that's interesting. Like, who is that? What is that?
He's the first human to discover the Masso transportation system. It's the big idea at the center of the universe. When that happens, it's 230 years in the future. And it follows Malcolm Orion on this amazing journey of discovery. They discover something on Mars, which ultimately ends up leading to him ending up on the hub, and things unfold from there.
It's more like a backdrop. Basically, anything can happen, and hopefully it will.
His personal story isn't done. It's not over. We're continuing it, where he continues to have opportunities to explore and understand more of what's going on.
Letting people have a place to tell a story is really important.
Science fiction is a metaphor for life.
It's a representation of how we live.
We seek meaning. We seek to understand existence.
A universe worthy of devotion is one where a fan or the audience feels immersed in it.
And the universe has that.
Look at the history of gaming. Originally, you had to make all the tools, and you actually had to make the engines yourself. It was incredibly complex, and it made gaming very limited. With the advent of the Unreal Engine, Unity, and other engines out there, it made it much easier, a lower entry level for people to come and make games. We're trying to lower that barrier even farther.
What we hope to leave game developers with is an effortless place to build games. When you look at game developers and their pain points, two big ones are, where am I getting my audience?
We welcome everyone. We want people around the world.
Well, we are developing the audience up front for you. And then the last thing is a way to monetize.
Anything that they make, if they want to go sell it, they can go sell it royalty-free.
Our contribution to solving that problem is through this redirection of half of our revenue to what we call our Game Developer Fund. That will be used both to give some developer seed funding, but then also if you have a game and there's nothing for sale for it, but you are entertaining our audience, we will pay for entertaining our audience. That's another one of those things that just doesn't exist.
We will have 3D assets for you to download. We'll give you millions of dollars of assets to start your game, and you can actually make your own game for the universe as well.
That's a whole new configuration of the audience and the creator relationship.
The fans and the community are going to play such a role here in helping us shape not just a world, but a universe.
Where else can the story take you? Where else can the characters take you?
It takes a village. Like, the best stories aren't the work of a lone creative genius. That's so rare.
People who are not in the quote unquote industry, they haven't been brought up with these rules of you can do this, you can't do that, you can't do that, you can't do that. And they come up with amazing stuff because they don't care about rules, because they don't know the rules that they have to care about. And I think you start to see some really creative, innovative storytelling, character visualizations, all that sort of stuff.
We're going to get people bringing ideas to the table that a lot of us at the center of this would just never have thought of.
What I would want to do, I'd be jumping on to Discord, find a couple of writers and an artist and be like, okay, let's put our heads together.
The most exciting part of this, of what we're talking about in terms of the community content, is inviting the community to form communities within.
Tours, like encourage and enable. Here's a place you can come back with. Here's how people can see what you've done, how you can have open communication. You get communication with us as a universe, but also with the community that's forming around it. That's what's super exciting to me about all this.
I can't wait to see what happens. There's going to be people that take this world in directions that I could never have imagined. And that's, frankly, both humbling and incredibly thrilling.